wedding videos. I'm thinking that thing my mom never played on VHS, but she said she got it done. You know, people waving at a lens,
Yeah.
saying how much they loved them growing up, and now to see them married with a giant microphone. Things have changed recently, right? Tell me about the wedding video business in 2016.
Well, do you want the history leading up to it, or just like a snapshot of the here and now?
Like, you know, technology is kind of, let's hear at the here and now. You know, when we hear a
Okay.
wedding video now, it's not stick mic
Yeah.
and people sitting
Yeah.
at a
Well,
table.
yeah. Basically, I think what happened is once video became available, people just were filming everything, which is great. But wedding videos got a reputation. They earned reputation for being boring and horrible. People still got them though, I think. But when I started this business, I really wanted to break that mold. And I wanted to do something that was short and artistic and really focused on the emotion. Because I think at the heart of it, what people are really trying to do is they're trying to capture the events in their life and then relive them. I started doing this 10 years ago, and I started doing those short videos, and I started seeing more and more companies doing that, and I think, it's something that's become the norm. And in fact, the past 5 years, we've seen DSLR cameras, better HD. Now we have 4K. You can add a drone to that. So the standard is beautiful wedding videos, and people make great ones. But I think still at the very heart of it is you need to focus on emotion.
And I think even by the emotion, we're so used to, on demand clicking, getting a great, episodic TV or a great movie trailer here. There are like really intense, well done movie trailers of these people's, big day.
Yeah,
They didn't know they were going to get that, did they?
they didn't. I think there's people are looking for different things. Sometimes people want to have a larger than life film that's just very dramatic and looks like a movie trailer. We don't do that so much. We like to kind of keep things just focused on the emotion, which we feel is the most important thing. And really have a sense of artistic quality to it. At the same time, keep the energy up and really show the unique energy of the day, and make it something that will allow people to re-experience the same tears they did on their wedding day 10 years later.
And let's talk about the technology and the tools that you're doing this. This is not 30 or 20.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Let's not say that this is like, this is obviously not 3/4 inch. This isn't VHS cameras. How has technology and the tools changed, and what are some of the ones that you're using?
In general, cameras have been getting smaller and higher quality images. Right now, we're between DSLR cameras and then some of the new kind of hybrid cameras that are they're constantly evolving, and they're getting nicer and better ones all the time. We are sticking with HD right now on purpose. We want to wait until 4K gets a little more established.
I think like no one even broadcasts in 4K yet. You know.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that the wedding industry is actually ahead sometimes of the curve of TV?
Well, yeah. I think that for wedding videographers, there might be some tech geeks among the crowd, and we like to adopt stuff early and get it out there, as opposed to with a large studio, and they take a lot longer for them to adopt stuff. Plus, they have to be able to broadcast to the general population.
So tell me about some of these fun tools, and let's include the 360 camera that you use on a normal basis in your wedding videos that people might be surprised by.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think 360 video is huge and exciting, and you can call me a geek, but I don't think people know how awesome it is. It's a category.
No.
It's a completely new category. So you have film, you have video, and then there's 360. It takes you from almost looking at things through like a tunnel vision to opening your eyes up to seeing everything. Like, you know, I've seen bride and grooms just love this because they get such a kick out of watching their wedding. You know, it's like they're sitting there at their own wedding as a guest. They can watch the first dance, or if they want, they can turn their glance over and watch their parents watching them, or the flower girl, or maybe one of their uncles is nodding off at the table. You know, whatever you want to see. So.
And right now, you can actually see all of us in this. Our camera is focused on one focal point,
Yeah.
but this thing has no limits, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It literally is 360 degrees.
So we're doing a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, right. This one's probably a lot more money and useless now. Why did you adopt 360? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, I think it goes back to, you know, when I first started doing this. I got married. I didn't think much at all about weddings until I got married. Then I started thinking a lot about it. And I was into video, and I looked around, and I thought, you know, like, all right, I need to start doing wedding films. You know, and it was really fun to, like, be artistic, and I loved being able to capture people's emotion and give that to them. It was just really rewarding and fun. But I like to try to think ahead to see, like, what's come up next. So, you know, yeah, 10 years ago, it was short, cool music video sort of things. That's already out there, and everyone's doing it awesome. I was actually driving home from New York one day, just thinking, you know, what would be cool? And I started, like, imagining this sort of 360 option, and then how I can possibly create that. And then I went online and researched, and I found it already existed. So I was like, all right, I got to get that. And the first one that I filmed was a New Year's Eve wedding.
Fireworks?
Yeah, the fireworks were actually far away, so
okay.
It wasn't quite as what I thought. But yeah.
And now, is it like, is it something? Oh, I'm gonna go. Don't move. Now is like this an option, or is this something that, like, you know, I saw it on your website, I want it right now?
Yeah. So people can get 360 video alone. I mean, there was a survey by the Knot.com that said not getting a wedding video was one of the top post-wedding regrets. That's a mouthful. I'm trying to say that again.
No, it's cool. I actually might VO that, so, like,
Okay.
I love that.
So
but,
basically, but did you want me to repeat that?
no, like that I'm actually going to use that in a different way. That stat you told me.
Okay.
But kind of like, you know, if I'm a consumer, I just saw this. It's like, this is the coolest thing
okay,
in the
so
world.
I'll answer your question. So basically, most people actually don't get a video. And, you know, if it's a budget issue or they just don't want a video, they could definitely come to us. They can get just a 360 video, which is awesome. You know, they can relive the wedding day. They can be a guest of their own wedding day and all that. I still think, though, it's not something to replace a traditional wedding video. I think it's important to get, you know, your artistic, crafted sort of video that captures the emotion. So my best advice to a bride and groom is to still get that traditional artistic wedding film for the emotion, but then add 360 as an additional option, which covers something totally different.
Cool. And, okay, so, you know, do you use drones?
Yes.
So, like, kind of, like, rattle off to me, you know, like, the technologies that have kind of come out of the woodwork in the last 5 years that you've adopted, and kind of, you know, like I said, I saw this video the other day of a GoPro in a bouquet as it got thrown. Like, that's ridiculous, but someone thought of it, and it happened, and it's cool.
Well, let's see. So, you know, all the different sort of things that have been tried at weddings. You know, people have passed around cameras to guests, which tends to not be something that you want to end up showing to your relatives. You know, people do interesting sort of like point of view cameras. The drone is awesome. You need to really think through, though, the way you use it. No, you can't use it inside of a building. You don't want to. But it gives you these awesome shots, you know. People offer services where you can record your own wedding and then they'll edit for you.
Mm-hmm.
We do that.
Yeah.
We do it on occasion.
I guess, when like when someone sees when you see a new technology, do you feel like, you know what, this is something that'll make a wedding video better? Because when I see a new technology like this, it's great, but I can't implement this into my daily life. But you almost have this ability to be like, this is cool. This is going to make
Yeah.
someone really happy.
Okay. So yeah, you know, we've seen. I think in terms of wedding videos, the big trend has been adopting big, expensive technology and kind of transforming it for us. So, you know, you have these huge Steadicam rigs, then it gets you this little Steadicam. It looks good.
Yeah.
You know, and we definitely like to try new stuff when it comes out and find out what works, what doesn't, you know, what adds value, what makes it look better. But I think 360 is still just something totally different. It's like when film was first invented. You know, it was very simplistic, and it was like that flip book style of like an old-fashioned car going down the road, and that was it.
The horse and carriage, right?
It was, yeah. It was a novelty, and I think, you know, 360 video is being used in lots of different ways, but it's still a new novelty. But we're just at that very early stage where I think we're going to see so much, and it's its own sort of genre.
I'm going to get right back to that because that'll be the last question, is something about that. But let's talk about this camera. You know,
Is that red light still running?
Yeah,
Okay,
I would have told you. This one tends to stall sometimes under heat. You'd be surprised. But let's talk about the kind of the specifics of it, the nuts and bolts. What it is, how we're doing, and keep it like layman's. You know, it's like, you know,
because I can't explain.
No, it's fine. But like, you know, two lenses that it's
Yeah.
like you kind of tell me about you marrying
Right.
two images. It's,
Yeah.
it's something how you can scroll through it on your phone, your mobile
Yeah.
device.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the way that this camera works is it's two fisheye lenses, and so you capture, you know, the entire left side of the room, the entire right side of the room, and then it has software where it blends it all together into one long picture, which, and it looks really bizarre. But then, you know, you can go through and you can edit it. You know, you can make a short wedding piece or a long wedding piece out of it. But in the end, what happens is you need. I think YouTube has a special code process that you have to apply to it, and you do that when you upload it. So once you have your edited piece, you upload it to YouTube. They'll encode it for you, and then it allows you to basically go inside of the video, for lack of better words.
That's so cool. And then tell me about what we're going to do then on your mobile device or your computer.
So, you know, there's two main ways to view this. There's two main ways to experience 360 video. I think the best is on your phone, because you hold your phone like this, and anywhere you look with your phone, you're actually looking around that space, that room. So I think my favorite way of
Very good.
I think the best way to experience 360 video is on a mobile phone, because any which way you point the phone, you're able to look around the room. You can also do it on a computer browser by using your mouse to kind of scroll around, but, you know, you're still not getting that sort of like kinesthetic.
Yeah.
You could put on a pair of goggles if you really wanted to, but that's just that might be a little bit too much.
All right. I think that really that summed up that part. And then the last question I have is, you know, there was 3D. I mean, sorry, there was HD. Then there was 3D.
Oh, 3D.
And then there was this curved TV bullshit. And now
Yeah.
it's virtual augmented reality. And is this kind of the beginning of that on even a consumer level?
Yeah, you know, 3D was, I think it was worth a try. You know, it.
I don't know if I'm even going to use any of this. I just kind of want to know your
Yeah,
opinion
so
on it.
I think, you know, there's been a lot of stuff that's come along, you
Yeah.
know, like for 3D video. It didn't really stick. But 360 video is just so different. It's just a whole new world, and it's, you know, only up to the creativity of filmmakers as to what they're going to do with it. I think we're going to see lots of cool things in the future.
And I mean, wedding video. Do you think it's because wedding video, you know, this industry has the ability to adopt these things so early and quickly that it's going to blow up?
Well, I mean, there's other people doing it. You know, there's filmmakers. I
Yeah.
see a lot of online ads.
Disney
you know,
has like, I think they own some part of it.
Who?
Actually, Disney.
Oh, no, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, ads online, and a lot of people are kind of experimenting with it, trying it out. But I think it works great for weddings. because it's an event. You have this and a wedding is okay. Sorry.
No, please.
I think 360.
I know exactly what you want to say. So take your time.
Okay. I think 360 video works perfect for weddings because it's a once in a lifetime thing. You have this eclectic group of friends and family, all there having fun. The emotions that flow, it's once in a lifetime. So the 360 video works perfect for that because it's like you're right there experiencing it, and you could watch it a million times and see something different every time.
Bang, done. That's awesome.
Was that soundbite?
That was it. Yeah, that was perfect. That was exactly.
I didn't even think of that, but you could actually see reactions that you
Yeah.
never saw in the
Yeah.
room
Well,
the day you were there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and it focused on your Aunt Bessie in the
You know-
corner who was crying her eyes out or whatever.
Cool. You can turn back on the
Yeah.
AC now.
You know what